Hey, what's up y'all? My name is FinestXI, and in this video we're going to talk about the lowest recoil gun in Tarkov. It uses a caliber of bullet that I've been quite fond of lately, the 9x19 bullet. The guns that use this caliber are super fun and I think highly underrated, especially with the addition of the 7N31 bullet that just got added recently. But anyway, let's jump into the video and talk about all this right now. Okay, so in this particular video, we're going to talk about the MPX. There's another 9mm gun that I've been using a lot recently, the MP5. When it comes to the MP5, I actually prefer to use that one bare bones with no attachments at all. Don't ask me why, I just have a lot of fun with it. But when it comes to modifications, the MPX is the way to go, especially when you consider that you can get its recoil down to just 17, which makes this gun an absolute laser beam. So I'm just going to walk you guys through the whole process right here, right now. We start with Peacekeeper. We come here to buy the MPX for $360. If you don't have this available at Peacekeeper, obviously just buy it off the flea market. You unlock the flea market at level 10, in case you guys didn't know. So pick up the MPX, come back into your inventory, and we're going to hit the edit preset button. Now I do want to mention that the edit preset function only works with the items that you have examined in the game. So if you guys haven't examined all of these pistol grips either in a raid or on the flea market, they won't be available to you in this little window. So if you're newer to the game and you like just unlock the flea market, then what you can do is follow along with this video and just search for all of these things one by one on the flea market and buy them as we go. I just wanted to give that little warning in case you guys don't see the same stuff in the same order in the little pop-up menu. That's why. It's just, it goes off stuff that you've actually examined. So also the order in which things are laid out in the little pop-up menu seems to change by the day, so I don't really know what's up with that, but again, fair warning. So we have our stock MPX, and the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the pistol grip. This is actually completely preference based when it comes to the recoil, because none of the pistol grips offer any recoil reduction. However, the pistol grip that offers the most ergonomics is the HK Ergo PSG1 pistol grip. Okay, so if you care about high ergonomics, this is the way to go. There are cheaper options out there. Even the Grawl, the Naro Arms Grawl S is cheaper these days and still offers a bunch of good ergonomics, but for best in slot, go with the Ergo PSG1. We're going to work our way counterclockwise here. So next thing we want to do is put the SIG retractable stock pipe adapter on here, so that way we can fit the Mesa Tactical Crosshair hydraulic buffer tube. That's a mouthful. Real quick guys, if you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We put out a ton of Tarkov videos all the time. A subscription is free and means the world to me. Also, if you guys want some person-to-person help, consider stopping by my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/finestxi. I'm live over there all the time. I'm super happy to answer any questions you guys have about this video or anything in Tarkov. I love to be as helpful as I can, and we have a wonderful community over there that would be just as glad to help you guys out. Anyway, back to the video. So again, SIG retractable stock pipe adapter, throw on the Mesa Tactical Crosshair hydraulic buffer tube, and then you want to slap on the HK E1 stock for AR-15. This is currently, at the time of this video, pretty much the best stock in the game as far as recoil reduction goes. This is subject to change, but this is always pretty much going to be a good option. Charge handle, again, has nothing to do with recoil, but ergonomics wise, you do want to throw on the SCH charge handle. Fun fact about the iron sights, the front and rear, they actually do give you a +1 ergonomics boost if you weren't aware. The ones that come stock with the MPX you buy from Peacekeeper don't offer any ergonomic boosts, but basically all of the other ones besides the MPX and MP7 rear and front sights do. So if you want to throw on something like the M-Bus rear sight and the M-Bus front sight, that can help with ergonomics. If the +2 ergonomics for that little extra cost isn't really your jam, then don't even worry about it and just leave the stock front and rear on. As far as the scope goes, this is going to be mostly preference based unless you want to actually max out your recoil reduction. There are a few sites that I recommend that actually give you a -1% recoil, and that would be the EOTech HHS1 sight. It's that funky looking one that has the extra magnification that you can turn on and off. We're going to get into this a little bit more later, but I actually wouldn't recommend using the magnifier when it comes to the MPX, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But the regular holographic sight I actually have been liking a lot lately. It offers a really good zoom, and I think it's really clean and looks really good. So the other sight that offers a recoil reduction is the Ekp Cobra Sight. I use this one on a lot of my low recoil builds. It's not the fanciest looking red dot, but it does get the job done and give give you a -1% recoil. It is kind of bad for ergonomics. It has like a -4 or -6, but truth be told, that's really not going to make a difference in your gameplay if you ask me. So just preference based, but if you want that max recoil reduction, use either the HHS1 EOTech sight or the Cobra. So before we move on, the one thing I do want to mention about this particular sight, like I said, the holographic portion of it I think is great, offers a good little zoom, and I think just looks really clean. Now the magnifier that you can switch between is interesting to say the least. I'm not a big fan of the reticle. I think you guys can see why. I imagine most of you looking at this right now are probably thinking, yeah, I don't like the way that looks either, but it's actually not about the way it looks as far as why I don't like it. I actually got the chance to use this in a raid yesterday. I was fighting an enemy in interchange and I was zoomed in with the magnifier. Even though I wasn't exactly dead on with my shots, you guys can see that in this clip here. What you can see is where the top dot on the reticle is and where the bullet impact is hitting when I do shoot is like way off. So I don't know if it's just with the MPX. I haven't tested this out yet because each bullet handles differently, obviously, and there's a ton of bullets in a game, but something with this MPX and that sight is off. Anyway, I'm going to skip ahead here for a second because what we need to do before we can attach a new handguard is put on a longer barrel. So you want to put on the 14-inch 9x19 barrel for the MPX, so that way we can come back here and add the Midwest 14-inch M-Lock foregrip for MPX. Then we're going to come down here to the underside of the gun and throw on the Magpul M-Lock 4.1-inch guide. That way we can attach the best grip in the game for recoil reduction, the Zenit RK2 foregrip. It offers a -5% recoil reduction, which currently is best in the game. I will say, however, there is minimal difference between a -5% grip and a -4% grip. And when it comes to -4% grips, there is the Zenit RK1, which yes, you lose that 1 extra percent of recoil reduction, but you gain a ton of ergonomics for it. Like I mentioned earlier, this gun's basically a laser beam, so I don't want you guys to stress too much about the grip. You can really throw on a ton and it's all gonna work just the same, but this video is about the lowest recoil MPX, so to do that you need to put on the RK2 grip. If you guys feel so inclined, you can throw on the 2.5-inch guide anywhere on the side or bottom of this gun, and then throw on a tactical device like a flashlight or a laser. I do love using the Surefire XC1 tac flashlight. It's got a little bit of an ergonomic reduction. If it really matters that much to you, you can make it up by adding the M-Bus rear sight and front sight to counteract that ergonomic reduction. Anyway, so we're sitting at a 24 vertical recoil, which is absolutely fantastic, but we need to go even further. So the last thing we have to adjust here is going to be the muzzle brake, and you have two options. Option A is the Osprey 9x19 sound suppressor. What this is going to do is get you down to 19 vertical recoil, and it's going to suppress your gun. I love a suppressed MPX. Not only does it offer the obvious benefits of enemies further away not hearing your shots, but it just gets rid of any muzzle flash that comes with the gun, so it just makes it really easy to see your target and take them down. But as I keep mentioning, we're in it for the lowest recoil MPX, so to do that we need to throw on the TACCOM carbine brake, and that right there will get us down to 17 vertical recoil, which is currently the lowest recoil you can achieve in Escape from Tarkov. If that's what you're going for, congratulations, we are here. I want to briefly again go over the fact that when it gets down to this range of recoil, you're not going to notice a huge difference between a few points here and there, so you do have a lot of room for personal preference. If you want more ergonomics off of the grip, if you want to change up the sight, if you want to suppress it or keep it unsuppressed, it's really still going to be a fantastic gun no matter what you do in those areas. So I forgot to mention too, a good solid middle ground for the mag is going to be the 41 rounder. You can use the 50 rounder and take some ergonomic hit there. The 20 and 30 rounder offer the best ergonomics. You only lose 1 point switching to the 41 round mag, but you lose an additional 4 points going to the 50. So ergonomics wise, which is all this is going to affect, the 41 rounder is a great choice, and plus 41 rounds to shoot is going to help you take down the enemy for sure. So at this point, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and save this however you want. Every time I build a recoil gun, I like to name it Recoil and then whatever it is. I know that's kind of cheesy and simplistic, but it works out really well for me. That way, anytime I go to the weapon preset, I can just type in Recoil and then it pops up all of the different options that I have for lowest recoil builds. So we have the MPX. We're going to go ahead and hit assemble here and then buy the parts so I can show you guys here how much everything's going to cost. I'm going to switch the option up here in the settings to display offers from any. That will make it so if a player is selling a particular piece for a lower price than the trader, that will be listed, so that way you can get the absolute best deal. And this is going to fluctuate depending on who's selling what for how much, but for me it's going to be 194,000, you know, with this particular set of offers here. Like I said, it's going to fluctuate. Even then it went up 2k just in that short time period. Basically the things that are going to run you the most is going to be the you know, Zenit RK2 grip. Like I said, you can go with other grips. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it will be substantially cheaper. You can buy a grip for half this cost if you don't want to take such a large hit to your wallet. The pistol grip as well, you can pick up much cheaper ones if you don't care about all the ergonomics that this one provides. The sight, again, this one offers -1 recoil reduction, but largely preference based. There are much cheaper sights out there as well. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit purchase all here so we can pick the stuff up and I can throw it on the gun and then show you guys how that looks. Hit assemble and we're done. This is our 17 Recoil MPX build. Looks wise, I do prefer the silencer, and even use wise, I'm gonna throw one on there when I go in a raid just because I really like having a suppressed gun and I don't mind losing that 2 points of recoil. But I do want to show you guys the way that this one looks because that is the point of this video. Now, the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to this gun is ammo, and a little history lesson for you guys as well. 9mm ammo used to be way worse. Not only did we not have 7N31, which is the highest penetrating bullet currently, it can take down class 5 armor with ease. We didn't even have AP 6.3 at a time in Tarkov history. AP 6.3 ammo was added to be a better option for high penetration with the 9mm caliber because it was so lacking at one point. So if you can imagine, we didn't have this, which is the current best penetrating ammo. We didn't even have the AP 6.3. So 9mm used to be just a complete no-go, especially late in the wipe when people started wearing any bit of armor. But BSG has so kindly added better and better ammo, and now we have the 7N31. This ammo right here is super destructive and can take down enemies wearing even good armor. The drawback here is that you can only buy 90 rounds of it every 2 hours from Prapper at 700 rubles a bullet. So I recommend saving up, you know, every time you get on the game, go to Prapper, buy some of this ammo, keep stocking up and stocking up. Eventually you'll have plenty to use. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned the MP5 that I've been using in labs, bare bones. I go in with a bare bones MP5, but I make sure to use this ammo because it's so good. It will never let you down. If that ammo is a bit out of your price range or you can't buy it yet from Prapper, I will say that the AP 6.3 is good enough, but you have to be careful with enemies that are wearing class 5 and class 6 armor because it will take longer to cut through that. So if you don't get the headshots in, you're probably not going to like the outcome. And if you're building a gun that's best in slot for recoil, even if you're building a gun that's cheap, a budget gun, I don't recommend cheaping out on bullets. That's the one thing that matters the absolute most, because you can even use an MPX that has no modifications and kill somebody with the 7N31 ammo. However, if you build the best MPX that money can buy and use the worst ammo, I don't have any right now, like PST 9mm, even if it's the best gun that you could build, the PST ammo will not get the job done and you will die. So just remember, over everything else, the ammo is what really matters because that's what's going to be doing damage to your opponent. All right, so I'm going to quickly take this gun out into the hideout just so I can show you guys how it operates here. So first of all, if you guys remember, I was talking about this holographic sight having a really good clean zoom. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but from when I am on ADS to when I do ADS, the zoom is pretty substantial. And like I said, I just really dig it. And I think that, you know, for actual practical use out in the field, this is a really good sight to use. Again, this bit is not my cup of tea. And like I said, it does have some like alignment issues when it comes to this particular gun. But this right here, I think is worth it, especially with the recoil reduction. Anyway, what I want to show you guys here is me shooting with my hand on the mouse, helping control the recoil, and then me shooting with my hand still on the mouse, but the mouse will be off the mouse pad. I'll be holding it in the air, just clicking down so you guys can see how the gun fires without any human assistance whatsoever. So first, I'll show you guys the recoil with me controlling the mouse. Okay, and then now I'm going to lift the mouse up off the mouse pad and just click fire so you guys can see how that handles. Reset, off the mouse pad. Once again, reset, off the mouse pad. So as you can see, this gun is an absolute laser beam, and it's really not hard, especially if you're a beginner player. These are the easiest guns to handle as far as recoil goes, because the one thing you need to remember is that recoil in this game is pretty much unlike any other game. For example, in PUBG, when you fire a fully automatic gun, your gun will keep kicking up until it's aimed at the sky. In this game, there is a unique kind of odd feature that's like auto recoil compensation, and basically once you start firing a full auto gun, your character will start to aim game up, but on his own, he'll balance it out and get it steady. So this game already has a really weird, unique thing going on with the recoil, but 9mm guns are just simply the easiest to control. So if you're a beginner, these are going to be some really good guns for you to use. All right, and I think I've rambled on long enough. I don't think there's anything else for me to tell you about this Recoil MPX build. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I seriously appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, helps out the analytics. I stream on Twitch all the time, so come stop by over there. All the links to my socials and everything will be down below for you guys to check out. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.